it's a difficult industry to be in, but I love it so much that like I want to change it. Our minimum age is 16 for performers, and I have been considering raising it because it can be difficult. The thing that stops me from saying only 18 plus or only like 21 plus, whatever, is because a lot of these girls need to be shown that there are paid performance opportunities out there for them, and two, that these paid performance opportunities do not need to be at the expense of your sanity because of what you look like. And I wish that I had something like that when I was 16, 17, to be able to build that foundation of this is what I should expect from professional opportunities going forward.
What's up, everybody? Walter Hooper, WA Hooper Marketing. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Minds Meet. And let me tell you, this is the start of a new era for the show because, well, we always keep it real. But today and moving forward, we're going to go down some paths where we're going to search for some deep truths. And we're going to start this deep truth journey with a guest and an individual that I've known now for the last couple of years. It's crazy to think about how much that time has passed. But this individual has built an empire for themselves. They are continuing to grow, and I'm so excited to see them on their professional journey. It really is awe-inspiring, and they're going to be a very tender age of 23 this year. So I want you to think about that. What were you doing at the age of 23? Because I know what I was doing. It was certainly not owning my own business and thinking about making serious big moves in that department. So without further ado, I want to welcome yet again the one, the only Sofia Kirkman, owner of Part of Your World Princess Company. What's up, Sophia?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, just I had a board meeting last night with the Shorewood Kiwanis volunteer group, which we are both a part of.
Kiwanis.
That's right. And let's just say I'm hurting a little today. It's okay though. We're here, and we're gonna get some truths out there. But to refresh people's memory, why don't you give a brief bio of who you are and what Part of Your World Princess Company is all about?
Absolutely. So my name is Sofia Kirkman. I'm 22 years old, going to be 23 this year. I'm the owner of Part of Your World Princess Company. So we are a princess party and event company based right here in Grosse Pointe. We do charity events, corporate events, private birthday parties, all that stuff.
Awesome. And I've seen what she does. I've happened to be in the same vicinity, in the same area, places where her and her cast has been and performed, and it is truly something to see. So, and she's standing there with her Nikon, taking all the amazing pictures that she takes and posts on social media. So that's all her that's doing that. So, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I do the job of like 6 people. Which is
welcome to the world of owning your business.
Welcome to being a small business owner. Yeah.
So today, last time we talked about, when it comes to marketing in particular, we talked about like your digital platforms, what's worked. Has anything changed since then? Where are you looking at focusing now for your target audience as far as your marketing efforts, whether it's through social media, it's through email, it's through door-to-door mail? What now is Part of Your World Princess Company's marketing scheme look like for this year?
Yeah, so over the past year, we've grown our Instagram significantly. We're almost at 2,000 followers, which is crazy. We've been growing our Facebook, so we're almost at 1K likes on Facebook. But this year, I kind of have shifted our focus to more SEO and email marketing because I feel like we've established kind of a presence on Instagram and Facebook, and we're still going to post there. But the big changes that I've made this year and with my admin team is making sure that we have an email newsletter because a lot of our demographic might not be on Instagram or Facebook. They might want to check their email. So we're, reaching the grandparents, the older parents who are like maybe not scrolling on Instagram all the time looking for their child's birthday party, but they do check their email, or they're professionals who check their email. And we're also working on SEO, which was something that I neglected for a very long time because I just didn't know about it and I wasn't good at it and I didn't really know what to do. Like, along with doing the jobs of 6 people, I also created our website. So I spent, months and months getting the pictures and getting our packages, but I really didn't know how to make that website reach the clients that we actually need to reach. So actually, literally in the past month, I've been kind of doing an overhaul of not our entire website, but kind of, and making sure that like each image has the alternate text on it, that we're always using those buzzwords that our clients might be searching for. Like, we had a lot of industry terms on our website, like, book now or book your party, but clients might not necessarily be searching for book Elsa near me. They might be searching for rent Elsa near me, or like hire Elsa near me, or like, I don't know, Rapunzel party, whatever. And we just didn't really have those terms on our website, so we were absolutely tanking when it comes to search results. So hopefully that will change once that SEO starts to take effect. But I really have been focusing on making sure that we are reaching the new clients who might not necessarily know what they're looking for, but I know that they want us. So
that's huge. Because as great as as I call it, the front end type of marketing efforts is you have to have that. So you're a theater person, obviously.
I sure am.
So I would equate the social media, all that type of stuff. That's like front house. Like that's your cast, that's your direct. But the SEO, I would equate to your crew.
Yeah.
Your backstage
your stage
crew.
management.
That's right. That's right.
And it's important.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you don't have both working in, synergistically, then, it's
chaos and it's not going to work.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So props to you for doing that. So you're thinking ahead of the curve here. I like it. So have you looked into, I'm just going to get right into the future now. Have you looked into going into the realm of Web3 and like the metaverse, the virtual reality, augmented reality? Have you looked into that, going down that rabbit hole?
I have not.
Okay.
See, Walter, we just now got to see SEO.
But there's more. Step
0. We're getting there.
Well, the good news right now is it's not crucial at this point. But I feel like I said with my last guests that were on the program, you check that one out. Dave Underwood, Professor Underwood, and Mike Mitchell, realtor from Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Key Realty, St. Clair Shores, Michigan. If you're having the conversation, just having that dialogue, that you're already 50 steps ahead of the game. And it is my job to have those types of conversations with people, because I can almost guarantee you that a lot of other agencies around here aren't even talking about that with their clients, because you don't got to worry about that right now. Well, you kind of do, but it's not, like I said, it's not imminent at this point in time. But as long as you're aware of it, I would suggest, and I can put a link below. I did an Audible listen of. It was a book about like the introduction to the metaverse. It was really interesting because it was talking about all these different platforms. One in particular I mentioned on the last show was a platform called Sandbox. So basically that's where you can set up digital real estate. So think about that. That's crazy, right?
It is crazy.
So, but it's real. It's here. I mean, for God's sake, Snoop Dogg, he dropped like so much metaverse coin in real estate. Now he has like a McMansion in the metaverse, so it's crazy.
Love Snoop Dogg.
I know, right?
What a man.
I know. So with that being said, we're gonna go into the deep truths now. So I know last time you had mentioned that in what you do there is a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? You have a lot of preying type of mentality with other with others in your industry that want their cast to look a certain way, or they shame them for being a thing that they aren't necessarily, that's not to their agenda, and it's very as the kids say, it's very toxic. Can you expound upon that and kind of shed some light on what that is all about and why these types of entities have that mindset?
Yeah, so I come from the theater world, which it can be a very toxic and upsetting, horrible place, and I have personally experienced a lot of that, especially in the years leading up to starting my company, specifically because I had a significant weight gain, and I went from playing princesses to playing the old lady to like not getting cast at all to being told that explicitly that I was too fat to be like Sophie in Mamma Mia, even though it's like, that's ridiculous. But I think that was honestly one of the reasons why I started this company and didn't just decide to go work for someone else at 19 years old, because I saw and I experienced firsthand how awful this industry could be. And I didn't see people like me doing what I wanted to do because, obviously I'm a theater major. I know I can sing, I can act. I'm really good with kids. I love, styling wigs. We have beautiful costumes. Like, I knew that I could do this and that I could bring something unique and something that's needed in this industry. And I think that was a huge motivator for me to start this company as young as I did, because I wanted to do this. And I didn't think that anyone would let me do what I love to do and what I'm good at doing. And I also wanted to be a small part of kind of changing this industry for the better, even though, it's barely making a dent, but it will hopefully teach some performers to not take that from, older directors, from other people in their life who maybe tell them like, oh, I've had performers say to me, a director told me like, you'll never be a princess. Like, you're not a princess type. And I was like, yes, you are. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, you're literally in my office in costume about to go absolutely kill it at an event. And I think if I can show performers of every age, because we have performers who are more than 10 years older than I am. But if I can be the catalyst for them getting what they deserve and knowing what they deserve, that is enough for me. Like, that is, giving someone the opportunity to do what they love, regardless of what they look like, regardless of what people have told them in the past. And I think that's something that's really, really important to me, because that was, aside from I love what I do, I love Disney princesses, I love making magical memories for kids, I'm a theater person. Like, this is my little baby that I'm, hopefully nurturing into something that will be so much bigger than myself. So yeah, it's been a journey, and I've actually had quite a few performers who came from other companies in the area. Like, this is happening in our backyard, who have come to me and they've said, I feel so much more comfortable with you, and I feel so much more protected and taken care of. And just the horrible things that I've heard, from slowly taking away the characters that they can play because they're gaining weight, or as bad as weekly weigh-ins for performers.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah. I was absolutely appalled when I heard that, but it's happening, and it's happening to girls as young as 16. I mean, these are minors.
I was just gonna ask, like, what's like the youngest age that this is happening to?
Yeah, I've seen casting calls as low as age 14. Yeah,
and they're doing that type of shit.
Yeah.
Wow, that's already like we already live in I'll say again, my show. Yeah. We already lived in a fucked up society as it is, and and again, this all ties in with because in a way it's marketing. It's the dark side of marketing, where you know, we live in a world and a society where a lot of things are vanity based.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know, it's bad enough that, you know, we have, you know, these men and women that are, you know, going on social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be, and like they're like trying to find the best filter that makes them look good, and you know, because then it gets them, you know, the clicks, it gets them the notoriety. It's bad enough, but then to have, and these are like, are these now the people that are saying these things to these girls? Are they men? Are they women? Is it a combination?
It's strange because this is a very, very female-dominated industry.
Oh.
Like, I think even just across the country, I've met very young CEOs who are young women, and most of them have been lovely and fantastic. And I think the younger, not to be ageist or anything, but like a lot of the younger CEOs, like princess CEOs that I've met, have been extremely kind and are also wanting to kind of break down these, you know, industry standards that have been there forever. And a lot of the like toxicity comes from people who have been in the industry for like 10 plus years, because that's what they know. And, you know, the early 2000s were a hellish place. You know, and unfortunately, I had this conversation with one of my performers actually, not that long ago, but she was requested for a party. She's beautiful. She's amazing. But she was like, you know, I worry about like, you know, maybe there are parents who want to choose which performer they can have because she looks the prettiest or whatever it is. And we were talking like, you know, people in their generation, like they just grew up with that. That's the way that they were taught to socialize, was to tear themselves down, was to say, oh, I'm so fat today. Like, you know, that's the way that they were taught to relate to each other. And I think I personally feel very, very hopeful for the future, because a lot of kids don't see that kind of stuff. And I know personally, because I don't perform very often anymore, but I would love to, because that's what I love to do. But I also love to watch my performers do what they do. But I can't lie and say that a lot of it isn't, you know, insecurity about how I look, or if someone were to make an offhanded comment. But, and that's never happened, thankfully. We have amazing clients. But the point of this is I've never had a child say anything about a performer in a negative way, about myself. If anything, they say, oh, you're so beautiful. Like, Elsa, I love you. Like, they don't care. Like, the kids, they don't give a shit. And it's a lot of this vanity comes from, you know, older values, I would say, like, because it really was values of the time, like to be, you know, a size 2 and to be a model and to like whatever that princesses needed to be. And that is also compounded by the way that the cartoons were drawn. But also, let's remember, they're cartoons. Like, they're not actual people. Not real. We are actual people. So,
right.
Yeah. It's just, I do see that the industry is moving forward in a healthier way, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And I make sure to tell all of my performers at their first fitting. I make sure to put it in all of our casting calls so that everyone knows that they are allowed to apply regardless of what their size is. But I tell them, you know, I hired you because of your talent. I hired you because I see something in you. I see that you have this passion to do this job, because it takes all kinds, and it takes a lot of stamina and energy and a passion for what you do and a love for kids, that it's not easy. But I think anyone who is able to showcase those qualities to me, regardless of if they're a size 2 or a size 16, I don't give a shit. I think that's the most important. And I always make sure to tell them, even my girls who are a size 2, I say, if you gain weight, if you lose weight, if your body changes, if you feel like, God, I feel like shit today, if if you're bloated, I don't care. Your job will not be in jeopardy because your size has changed. I don't care about your dress size. I care about you. And that's the most important thing to me.
Wow. Yeah. Goddamn. That hits.
Yeah.
And you know, it's so crazy because I remember we had this, and this is why we're talking about this today, because we had talked about this a little while ago. And like, I some of the things that you brought up kind of, I recalled, and I'm just like, wow, like that's fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
like it really is. And it's just like, you know, already, like I said, we already live in a messed up society as it is, where, you know, we're you know, people are guided by what filters to use or what have you, and then to actually have, you know, human beings like berate these are children, like these are kids, like you said, as young as 14.
Mm-hmm.
Like already, like that is like boy or girl, like 14 is a very, very weird era. So you're going through a lot of emotions. Your hormones are like all over the place because you're trying to adjust to, you know, growing up and adulting. So to have a full grown adult be like, yeah, you're not good enough, like, yeah, because you look this way, or you're like, like you're just, like you said, you're not princess material. It's just like, God, that's gotta shatter, like, you know, shatter someone's like inner spirit and crush it.
Yeah, and I am from the theater world again, so, you know, I perform professionally, I've auditioned professionally. I know it sucks. Like, rejection sucks. And to have someone tell you, you know, you just don't have the body type that we're looking for a role that it doesn't matter. Like, to hear those things and to be, like, scrutinized in that way, I can't imagine being in this industry as young as 14. And I think that it's a difficult industry to be in, but I love it so much that, like, I want to change it. And this is my small way of making that change, because, you know, our minimum age is 16 for performers, and I have been considering raising it because you know, it can be difficult, and it's hard to be this princess and have these like expectations on you, and it's a difficult job, and you have to be able to command a room, you have to be able to handle very small children in large quantities. Like, it's a lot. But the thing that stops me from saying only 18 plus or only like 21 plus, whatever, is because a lot of these girls need to be shown that there are paid performance opportunities out there for them. And two, that these paid performance opportunities do not need to be at the expense of your sanity, at the expense of, you know, because of what you look like. And I wish that I had something like that when I was 16, 17, to be able to build that foundation of, this is what I should expect from professional opportunities going forward, or this is what I should expect from a boss going forward, or a director. And I really, that's part of why I started this company, is to give young performers that foundation so they don't take that shit the way that I did, and the way that I internalized that and made it mean that I didn't have enough talent to do what I know that I love to do. So I think, you know, I would never go as young as 14, because as in my mind, they are the children that we're having the party for at 14.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I think, you know, once you're an upperclassman in high school, maybe you're thinking about college auditions. Maybe you're thinking about majoring in musical theater. I know I was at that age. So having those like professional performance opportunities on your resume is huge. Having those experiences in costume fittings, because I've experienced discrimination and uncomfortableness in costume fittings, even in a university theater setting. But if I can make sure that they know what it's supposed to be like, then I will save them from internalizing those experiences in the future, if they have them.
Yeah, that's, I can tell, like, whenever, you know, I'll go off the energy thing, is, you know, it's, when I've seen how your performers interact with families and the kids, it's like, I don't know, it's very wholesome, and it's very as the kids say, it feels very safe. It's a safe space, and that's mostly because of, and major credit and props to you and what that narrative that you set right away. Because of the bad experiences that have happened in the past, or what, like you mentioned, having some of your cast like relay like some of these horror stories. Mm-hmm. Do you think also too, maybe so they get berated by these other companies or whatever, do you think part of the reason why they want to continue with it or what have you is because they're looking for their break, or it's because their parents are pushing them and basically micromanaging them, like it's the classic showbiz parent type of thing? Do you think it's a combination of what do you think?
I think that a lot of the people in this industry, even though there are the mean girls or whatever, we all do this because we love it so much. Like, it's, if you haven't experienced it, which unfortunately you will never experience what it's like to be a princess performer, but maybe you will, but like, you could be Aladdin, perhaps.
Oh God.
But
I did like me some Jasmine back in the day.
That's true. We love a Jasmine in this house. But if you've never experienced it, you'll never understand how special it is, how incredible it is. Even just, it's different from theater because it's so much more intimate and rewarding, and it's fun. And I think if you can do it in a safe setting where you feel empowered to do what you love to do, it's incredible. And I think another thing to add to the feeling safety is that we have character attendants with every single event that we do. And a lot of performers who have come from other companies, even other companies just like around the country, they are shocked when we say, oh, you have a character attendant? That's so nice. Because, can you imagine driving in a hoop skirt that's 6 feet in diameter? Like, you'd get in an accident. Like, I can barely get out the door in a hoop skirt like that. But it's like, we take care of our performers and we take care of their safety. And it's important to me because I've been there. And it's like, I know what I would want if I was performing. And I would want a character attendant to be able to step in if something goes wrong. Like, to even just be there for, a person who's in costume and has to stay in character. What are they going to do if there's something out of their control that happens? They have to stay in character. And, even when it comes to like playing music and stuff, like Elsa will never whip out her iPhone 11 and like start playing off Spotify. Like,
that'd be pretty cool,
we will always like keep the magic there. And I think that's so important, and it really helps with that feeling of, for performers, like, I'm really being taken care of right now because there's another person here. They're paying another person to be here. It's not, just sending them out to do as many parties as possible, to change in their car, like in the middle of nowhere, to have them navigate and try to park and all these things. It's like, no, we will take care of it. You do what you love to do and what you're good at, which is perform. And I've had conversations with a lot of friends who have stopped princessing because it just wasn't worth it for them anymore. Like, they're not getting reimbursed for gas. They're not, they have to do all these tedious things like driving in a hoop skirt and almost get in an accident, or like, be there without a character attendant and deal with all these things that they shouldn't have to deal with because that's not part of the performer's job, or it shouldn't be. And I was like, come work for us. But yeah, and I would argue we have way too many people who want to work for us now because we can't accommodate them all. But I love that, and I love that performers are noticing these things and recognizing that this is what they deserve, and that they deserve to feel taken care of and to be safe, especially if they're minors going to someone's home, to a corporate event. I mean, it's scary. I would be afraid at 16, like going by myself to some person's house that I don't know. Like, it's a lot. And I think that's what I would want to convey to our clients is we're not just a bunch of pretty dresses. We're not just a bunch of pretty girls in makeup and costume. We care. Like, we care so much about the safety of our performers, about the experience that we're able to give you because of how much we care about the safety of our performers. I think that's the most important thing to me. And I do get a little bit nervous to share the reasons why I started this company. And I was a little nervous to come today to, talk about it, because I don't tend to make it known to clients specifically that this is something that we do, because I didn't think that they would care, or it doesn't matter. Just bring Elsa and whatever. But I do think that it matters, and I do think that it's important because it's something, again, that sets us apart from the rest. And I really, really want to instill those same values in the kids that we see every day. And if they can see someone at a size 2, a size 6, size 16, and recognize that, oh yeah, they're a princess, no questions asked. It's that is how we actually break these stigmas and how we actually solve these body image issues that are running rampant with young girls all the time, if we just make it normal and don't talk about it. And it is what it is. And I was actually asked recently if I was going to put on our website, we offer plus size performers. The answer is no, because it doesn't matter, because it doesn't make a difference to me what the performer looks like, and it shouldn't. So I don't want people to say, well, I don't want a plus size performer, or I don't want it to be any different than what we already do. And I think that's always been my MO, I guess, is to just slip it in and casually make it okay. But that in theater too. And I had a conversation with the dean of the department recently, of my theater department, and I told them, we need more casual representation, because that's how we make it normal. And these problems run rampant in BFA programs too, for musical theater, in colleges, everywhere. It's disgusting. And, a lot of our girls are in BFA programs all across the state of Michigan, sometimes all across the country. I mean, we've had girls go to New York, Oklahoma, all of these places, Ohio, they are in this industry. And if we can show them the standard that this is what needs to be done, and this part is not okay, that is the most important thing to me, because I've been hurt by college programs in the past who, have those biases and refuse to acknowledge them. But I did, stepped out of my comfort zone, had a conversation, and I said, the most important thing is we are teaching the future movie directors, the people who are going to make that Netflix series that features a plus size person and doesn't say anything about her weight. It's about her, and that's the most important thing for me, is setting these standards of this is how it should be, and we're just going to do it. We're not going to say anything, we're just going to do it. And I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, God damn. Yeah, God.
It's a lot, sorry.
I could listen to this all day. I mean, that's why I had you on here again to talk about this, because like you said, you felt a little uncomfortable doing this. I look at it as, hey, you're the year of the risk. You're taking this risk, a good one that's very beneficial in the end, because you're pointing out, you're essentially kind of whistleblowing this whole narrative and this very, very vain, toxic way of going about in your industry. And you're basically saying, this is fucked up, I don't like this, and this is what I'm going to do about it. I'm not going to be part of the problem, I'm going to be part of the solution. And even to go along with the comment about having plus size princesses, it's I feel like if you, yeah, like you said, if you do that, I feel like also that just opens up a gate that doesn't need to be open for for whatever commentary criticism could be. Mm-hmm. So in your mind, it's just, hey, they're just a great performer, and that's that. It doesn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. So I think everything that you're doing, everything that you're speaking out and speaking up for, is very, very. I commend you, and I think this is just part of fighting the good fight. And so we need more people like that. I'm just saying. So going forward now, where do you see, what is the biggest goal for you now, going into this year with Part of Your World? What do you want to accomplish this year with the company? What new heights do you want to reach?
Yeah, so we have a lot of goals that we wanted to reach this year. A couple I can't talk about yet because they're kind of in progress, but they're very, very big and very, very exciting. But another one that I can talk about is that we intend to start a nonprofit fund. So we want to kind of be able to do more charity events because we have a very high quality team, a high quality cast, and we want to be able to do more hospital visits. We want to be able to donate party packages to more organizations that will benefit the kids in our community. We want to do more visits to schools. Like Belle did a book reading at the Detroit Public Schools, and it was great. And it's kind of like our new dream, I guess, is to be able to give back a little bit more. I think we've spent the past 3 years, we're in our third year of business now, which is crazy, but we've kind of built ourselves up. We've, invested in our characters and our cast, and now it's time to give back. I think that we have something so special, and that's my goal this year, is to open a nonprofit fund. We're calling it the Pixie Dust Fund.
I love it.
Pixie dusted.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love it. And it's so you. I love it. Mm-hmm. And I want to see this happen. I think it'll be great. So with that being said, I think it's time to go on the live stream.
Amazing.
Portion.
I'm ready.
All right. We are going live. What's up, everybody? Walter Hooper, WA Hooper Marketing. This is another live stream of Marketing Minds Meet. Today, I have sitting here in the room with me across the table an individual that I have had the pleasure of knowing for the past couple of years, which is crazy. The time goes by. We met at a networking event for the Grosse Pointe Chamber of Commerce, and it was smooth sailing ever since. And this person is someone that I truly admire. I'm so excited to see their journey with their career and their business as it takes off and it continues to reach new heights. And I'm thrilled and excited to once again introduce you to the one, the only Sofia Kirkman, a Part of Your World Princess Company.
What's up?
So, Sofia, for those that are not familiar with who you are and what you do, why don't you tell the YouTube audience here just a brief bio about you and Part of Your World Princess Company?
Sure. So, hi, everybody. My name is Sofia. I'm the owner and founder of Part of Your World Princess Company. We are a professional princess party and event company based here in Grosse Pointe. We do charity events, corporate events, private birthday parties, all of it.
Awesome. Yeah, no, that's... Yeah, she's been making serious moves here, and she was just relaying to us, which you can find in the full episode here in the upcoming weeks, about some updates and some big changes that are happening with the company. And one that she even said she can't relay yet, but I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say. So
keeping
yeah,
my royal secret.
That's right. keeping it royal. But so I want to know. I think last time I'd asked like what your favorite hobbies and activities were, but this time fun portion. I want to know what. So of the years that you've been in business now, what has been one of the most memorable moments, one of the most magical moments that you can recall, that sticks with you to this day, that I guess you could say is a motivational boost for you and your performers in the company?
Oh God, there are so many. And I think if you ask each one of my performers this, which I did in our year in review survey that we put out to our cast, everyone's answer is going to be different, because just being a performer and being in that space is so incredible, and knowing that you made such magical memories for these kids is insane. But I don't perform very much anymore. I tend to be your character attendant, so I'm taking photos, answering emails, I'm kind of being the assistant of the day and just watching. But even as a character attendant, I think my top event that we do, that's my favorite thing in the world, is the Mother's Day Tea Party. It's called Cinderella's Royal Mother's Day Tea Party, and it's happening again this year. That's a little secret that I am sharing with you all today, but hasn't been announced yet, but tickets will go on sale next month. But that is my favorite event that we do every year, because you get to see the little girls with their moms, with their grandmas, and just like, it was just so adorable and amazing, and how much they just love each other, and how much it really means to have this like family memory. But there was one private party that we did that still sticks with me to this day. It's like my favorite thing we've ever done. It was this little girl, and she loves, not a princess, but she loves the fairy godmother from Cinderella. So she, her mom had called a bunch of companies, and like nobody had the fairy godmother, or nobody like was willing to travel or do like the things that she wanted or whatever. But I was like, I'll do it. I love the fairy godmother. So we actually created the fairy godmother from Cinderella for this little girl. She was turning 3. She was just so adorable. And that party, I think, was one of my favorite parties we've ever done, with Cinderella and fairy godmother. And there's pictures on our Instagram, and you can just see this little girl. She just smiles with her whole face. She's so cute. And you could just tell how much it meant to every single one of her family members who was there. I mean, they were just the sweetest family. And I still think about that. It was like a year ago at this point, almost. But yeah, that was one of my favorite parties we've ever done. It was so rewarding and awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. And just to have those memories, and just to be able to, and knowing that you were a big part of that, and your performers were a part of that, that's gotta have such a just a profound, very humbling. It's
priceless.
yeah. Magical memories are priceless. But so with that being said, before we log off here, and we may or may not be recording some Patreon material here soon. How can people find you and part of your Royal Princess Company if they're looking to book their next party for their kids, or if it's a private event? How can they find you? Are you on social media, your website, phone number, email? This is the time now to plug and share all of the things.
Absolutely. So you can find us partofyourworldprincessco.com, our newly renovated website, just updated. You can also find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, even if you're on TikTok, at Part of Your World Princess Co. And my email is Sofia, Sofia, at partofyourworldprincessco.com if you want to get in touch with me directly. But for corporate events, we actually have our events and outreach coordinator. Her name is Cassidy, so you can reach her at events@partofyourworldprincessco.com.
You heard it here first, folks. That's how you can find Sofia and Part of Your World Princess Company. This has been honestly, this has probably been one of my favorite episodes so far. And we've been doing this since 2020. So that's
it's an honor.
Well, the honor is mine, because I get to connect with you more, and learn even more about you and what you're all about, and I love it. yeah, for those of you that, again, are not aware, it's Sofia Kirkman, part of your World Princess company. You need to get with her, and you need to inquire about their services and what they offer for parties, private events, for families, kids. I've seen it myself, and it is truly something to see, and it's a sight to behold. So you're doing everything right, and I'm excited to see you on your journey and where you're going to go. It just everything looks, the cards look to be in your favor. That's what I'm trying to say.
I hope so.
So with that being said, we're gonna log off here, and thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next episode of Marketing Minds Meet.